One of the territories in Africa that Italy worked very hard to occupy was Tunisia. Before the Berlin Conference, there were high level of struggles for territories in Africa by European powers. Most parts of Africa were not spared. North Africa experienced high level of disagreement among European nations, and also there were technical maneuvers that were conducted by these European countries. Please, if you're watching us for the very first time, subscribe to our channel and click on the notification icon so that anytime we drop a new content, you will be one of the earliest persons to be notified. We will as well appreciate your comments and contributions. Please, we have some courses on African history that we encourage you to look through. One of them is an extensive course on the transatlantic slave trade. The link to this course will be on the description page. Knowing that war among themselves in North Africa will not guarantee their influence, European powers started making use of economic maneuvering and creating economic dominance in parts of North Africa. The French happened to be the dominant force in the North African region. The French were working towards establishing a French empire in the region. The French had very serious influence in Algeria. This made other European nations to respect their dominance of the area. The Italians started working towards using the same method. Although the British and the French were already operational in Tunisia, the two major powers later reduced their economic influence in the area. The reduction of the influence of the British and the French in Tunisia gave Italy the opportunity to cover up or to take over. Bakindo and Co. explained it in this way. They stated that Italy regarded the occupation of Tunisia as a prize that must be won at all costs. Projects abandoned by either the British or the French because of such projects proved unprofitable, or because these countries were beset by national problems, were grabbed by the Italians. Most analysts presented that Italy's economic activities in Libya were mainly focused on establishing influence. It was important that they owned such ventures that were abandoned by the British and the French, whether these ventures were profitable or not, in order to prove their economic tie with Tunisia, or to prove that their economic tie with Tunisia was inseparable. Bakindo and Co. went ahead to document that the logical conclusion Italy hoped would be for other European powers to allow her to occupy Tunisia. Indeed, Italy felt that since France had been given free hand over Algeria because of her economic tie with Algeria, it was only natural to extend the free hand to her over Tunisia. where she had spread her economic tentacles. This made Italy to intensify and expand her economic activities in Tunisia. By 1870, about 7,000 Italians were operational in Tunisia. They dominated the shipping business and exported Tunisian products. It got to a point that Tunisian exports were under the control of the Italians. Italians were allowed to plant and export tobacco and olive. The Italian economic influence grew when the French withdrew from Tunisia. The French withdrew from Tunisia because because of the Germans' defeat over Alsace-Lorraine. Italy grabbed the opportunity created by the French withdrawal to strengthen her economic ties with Tunisia. Around 1874, the British as well abandoned some of their economic projects in Tunisia, and the Italians took over. The British abandoned the Tunis-Breja Railway, and the Italians took over. As well, an Italian construction company named Rubato purchased the Tunis-Goleta-Massa railway project from an English company named Tunis Railway Company in 1880. These projects helped to strengthen the Italian influence in Tunisia. Unfortunately, the influence of the Italians in Tunisia were not respected by other European countries. This was because the British, the French, and the Germans had earlier reached an agreement that will allow France to occupy Tunisia. This agreement between the British, the French, and the Germans did not consider Italians' interests. This was because Italy was not part of the agreement. During the Berlin Conference, the agreement was materialized and cemented, and some other European countries, the British and the Germans, allowed the French to take over the territory, Tunisia. This made the Italians to be highly disappointed. Please, we accept and appreciate your input, and also like and share our comments. Please, in order to support us, help us by going through our course at Udemy. The link to our extensive course on the transatlantic slave trade will be placed at the description of this video. Thanks for being part of this channel.